This is the Weather Extreme video for Saturday, October the 2nd. Man, it's just hard to believe that we were in the 90s and actually had a couple of 100-degree temperatures just a week to 2 weeks ago. Let's get right to the Skycam imagery this morning. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters, and there's a shot of the Placid River at Demopolis and clear sky up there. And couldn't help but enjoy this one as we see some plumes of, steam, smoke, whatever, coming from Barton, and a beautiful sunrise to go along with it. And then we do have a few clouds in the south part of the state. There's a look at football weekend here, and there's a look at the football stadium at Troy. Cold front is poised to come through the area later today and tonight, and that should usher in some cool, well, actually, if you might want to think of it as downright cold air. And that, of course, being reinforced very nicely by a nice short wave that is coming down the backside of the trough, and that will help to lower thicknesses and height values and help to make things much cooler. And there's a look at some temperatures across the country, and look at that area of dark green, and those are values in the 30s. And some of those values in central Canada in the 20s. Of course, across central Alabama, we're not that cold, and I don't think we're going to have any freeze problems or anything like that. But we are going to see some of the coldest, probably the coldest weather so far this fall on Sunday and Monday, and that's going to feel really nice. You're going to probably have to break out those jackets. But this morning we're running from about 48 to 52 across central Alabama, so just still a coolish morning, but you can run out and get that newspaper if you want to without having to put on a jacket. The QPF guys at the HPC, they're really kind of tell it all. A large swath of dry weather for the next 5 days and possibly even longer across the central part of the country and over much of the southeastern United States. Tropics still relatively quiet, but we have two areas that we're watching for possible development. Neither of them look like they're going to have development right away. One there in more or less the western Caribbean, and then another one out by the Windward Islands. All right, the 06Z GFS model run, and it's kind of easy to get through this one because we're looking at dry weather. There's the surface map for today. You can see the front coming down ahead of the high-pressure area centered over the Dakotas and Minnesota up there. And that trough digs in nicely into the southeastern U.S., and, of course, that will bring that front through dryly. We might see a few clouds, but I seriously doubt that we'll see any precipitation. Atmosphere just too dry. 500 millibar pattern on Monday. We see the closed low in the upper atmosphere over about West Virginia or so, and that stays with us as it migrates slowly eastward, but you can see that we're under northwesterly flow, so we're going to stay cool with highs generally for much of the upcoming week. After Sunday, we'll probably get back into the 70s for much of the week, with perhaps even 80 degrees next weekend. By Thursday, that trough is gone. We're under high pressure, and of course underneath that, we've got a surface high stretching all the way from the western Great Lakes all the way down to South Texas. By Friday, that ridge is still with us, and we've got a big trough over the western part of the country, closed low actually. The closed low stays there on Saturday, and we stay high and dry, and still on Sunday, we're still in much the same pattern. So while we may see some 80s, it looks like we're going to be really dry. Going out into voodoo country, the 14th of October, we've got a fairly active pattern, and of course, the pattern has become more has more amplitude to it, so we're seeing some of the effects of the traveling waves, and there's one passing by there on the 14th, and 13th, 14th, and then on the 17th, at the end of the period, here comes another one, and that one looks like it could give us a rain event here in the southeastern U.S. Well, thanks for tuning into the Weather Extreme video. I hope that you have a great Saturday, and I hope that your football team, whoever that may be, whichever one you're following, I hope they win. In the meantime, have a great day and Godspeed.
Each day there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home.
All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me,
sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.